Hello everybody, today I'm going to be talking about my Exodia one-turn kill deck. This deck can kill your opponent in one turn, and I'll get into that right now. So, you've got all 5 pieces of Exodia, you need that. From there we got 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. This card is only in here for trade-in. Discard 1 level 8 monster to draw 2 cards. We also have the White Stone of Legend. The White Stone of Legend is in here to be able to find Blue Eyes White Dragon. And a way to get rid of this out of your hand is with cards of consonants. Discard 1 Dragon Tuner to draw 2 cards. So ideally, you want to be using this card to pitch this card, not drawing into any other Blue Eyes cards, and getting another Blue Eyes out of your deck. So you get 3 cards for 2 instead of 2 cards for 2. That's one thing when you're piloting this deck you must think about at all times. When you can pitch this to find Blue Eyes, do so immediately, because you don't want to draw into your Blue Eyes and not be able to get that 3rd card off of the egg here. Then we have 2 Royal Magical Library. It's really important to start with this in your opening hand. You can have bad hands and have this 1 card in your hand and it will save the whole entire thing, because every 3 spells you cast, you get 1 card. Because every time a spell is cast, you put a spell counter on Royal Magical Library, and then you can remove 3 and draw a card. Beyond that, we have Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. This is important because we have Toon Table of Contents. Toon Table of Contents combos well with Royal Magical Library. And likewise, when you get this in your hand, you want to use it ASAP to find other Toon Table of Contents, because it's really bad when you have 2 Toon Table of Contents in your hand. So the ideal scenario is to have this out, cast Toon Table of Contents 3 times, the 3rd time finding Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, and then you have 3 spells cast, so you get to draw a card on top of thinning your deck 4 cards. We've got 3 Upstart Goblin. Very simple. Draw 1 card, my opponent gains 1,000 life points. Life points don't matter in this game for this deck, so. Talked about our Toon Table of Contents, let's talk about Terraforming. So Terraforming is just another way to thin the deck out. There's only 1 field spell in the deck, so add 1 field spell from your deck to your hand. Our field spell is Chicken Game. Chicken Game says the player with the lowest life points takes no damage. Once per turn during the main phase, the turn player can pay 1,000 life points, then activate one of these effects. Draw 1 card, destroy this card. Your opponent gains 1,000 life points. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. I will say one thing. I've won about like 16 games just because no one knows how Chicken Game works. So sometimes you get free wins like that, but that's not how we're trying to win. But Chicken Game is literally just another draw 1 card. Because we cast Terraforming, 1 spell, grabbing Chicken Game, 2 spells, drawing 1 card, hopefully into the 3rd spell to trigger this. After Terraforming, we have our 1 Magical Mallet. Having the Exodia pieces in your hand can brick you. Early on, you really want to have a bunch of more spells in your hand, because these don't draw you more cards, you know. Until you have all 5 of them, they're not worth it. So it's nice to just be able to reshape your hand sometimes. Dark World Dealings. There are a lot of cards in here that become dead, or that you would prefer another card instead of them at that certain situation. Like, for instance, if you have 1 Royal Magical Library on the field, you can draw a discard the 2nd Royal Magical Library, or if you drew Chicken Game, Terraforming is a dead card, so you can pitch Terraforming to draw another card. Another good synergy with our Dark World Dealings in this tech right here is Cursed Bamboo Sword, because if you discard Cursed Bamboo Sword, it actually gets another Bamboo Sword out of your deck. And we are running the Bamboo Sword combo in this deck. We have 2 equipments to work with the Golden Bamboo Sword, because we can either equip it to our monster, or we can equip it to an opponent's monster. It doesn't matter who we equip these 2 swords to. we are only doing it so that we can draw 2 cards. Because this is Pot of Greed, effectively, when we only have Broken Bamboo Sword or Cursed Bamboo Sword. And the good news is, I love running 1 Cursed Bamboo Sword because of Dark World dealings. It's very good to be able to play this, discard this sword, and then find another bamboo card. So if you already have the sword out, you can find a Pot of Greed effectively, because it's a draw 2. And if you don't have the sword and you have a bunch of these in your hand, you can go ahead and grab this instead. Then we got Trade In. Trade In is just going to help you dig through your deck a little more. Get rid of these blue eyes to this. Talked about our Golden Bamboo Sword. It synergizes with our Broken and Cursed Bamboo Sword, allowing us to draw more cards. We talked about this. It allows us to discard our Tuner Monster to draw 2 more cards, taking us through the deck further. Now, I only have 1 Pot of Duality because you can only activate 1 Pot of Duality per turn, and we're only trying to win this game in 1 turn. So I don't see a reason to not play more than 1, or you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it allows you to look at the top 3 of your deck and put 1 of them to your hand, and then shuffle the rest back into the deck. And like it says right here, you can only activate 1 Pot of Duality per turn. You cannot special summon during the turn you activate this card. We don't care, we're never going to special summon anything out of this deck. Now this is the card I was talking about, that if you don't draw your deck in 1 turn, this can save your ass. 1 day apiece, each player draws 1 card, neither player takes no damage. So sometimes all you need is 1 more card to start turning through your deck, and then you can win. So sometimes I'll draw halfway through my deck, I'll at least be able to play 1 day apiece, and then the next card I draw will allow me to continue to dig through my deck and win the game. But yeah, just a great fog effect to where no one takes any damage. Bamboo Sword, just to synergize with Golden Bamboo Sword. Cursed Bamboo Sword, so we have a discard, or a very good card to discard, as well as a way to find either Bamboo Sword. Chicken Game, just another draw card effect. This is the sauce. This is the secret tech of the deck. Super Rejuvenation. During the end phase of this turn, this card was activated. Draw a card. Draw a number of cards equal to the combined number of dragon monsters you discarded or tributed from your hand or field this turn. So you gotta just make sure you keep count of how many dragons you discard. But if you discard all the dragons in your deck, so 1, 2, so you get 7 dragons in total. So this 1 card can potentially draw you 7 cards. And if not, even if this 1 card's drawing you 3 cards, sometimes that's enough to win the whole game. Typically what ends up happening is I'll get to a point where I'll run out of gas, and then I'll play Super Rejuvenation, and then it'll get me just enough cards to get to the 5 pieces of Exodia. But yeah, that's the 1-turn kill Exodia deck. I'm gonna link the video to me winning with this deck in the description below. I encourage you to go check it out. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.